Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up.
Hey folks, welcome back. Another episode of fishing. Well, I should be freshwater addiction now, but anyways, it's been like a year since I posted my last video. So we're going to be starting a new one, a whole new series here now. Right now we're at Catt Creek, which is in Western New York and Rwanda, perhaps. Fishing smallmouth bass, and we're going to see if we can't get anything. I got mainly using Senkos. Got finesse on this, you got a jig and possibly a crankbait on my other rod. So, see if we can't catch something. So spot one was kind of a bust, considering it's kind of hard to fish when people come and swim in your fishing spot. For anybody that has that happen, that really is irritating. But we're at spot number 2, and basically what we're looking for in this creek is you see some of these big rocks out here. Things like this, you can see where the water's running fast, and then you have calm spots. So these big rocks act like a wall and create calm spots, little cuts and eddies in there. And because the water is moving fast in these harder sections, these smallmouth will tuck up behind these rocks along the edges of these rocks, and they can exhibit minimal energy and be able to stay there. And when they do that, they can stay relaxed, but when they have bait fish come down, those bait fish will cut around the banks of these rocks and into these small eddies, and they're there to pick them up. And that's where your whatever you're throwing comes into hand. For example, like I said, today we got just a watermelon with red flake, a 5-inch Senko, and all I do is I throw up and kind of let it drift down around these rocks, maybe give it a few twitches, and hopefully you get a fish. And we'll see what we can do. So we were at our other spots down creek, and Senko didn't work, jig didn't work, through our cross-colored crankbait didn't work, and actually I can show you the jig. I haven't done that yet. So, I mean, water's fairly clear, so we're working with some kind of natural colored baits, little craw trailer. And I said same thing as like I told you before with the, got a 5-inch Senko, watermelon green with red flake, which usually in this creek does really well, but so far is not doing as well as I was hoping. It doesn't help either. We've had a pretty hot day, and the water in the creek is lower than it should be. Heck, usually the water is up to here, and as you can see, it's not. So got a couple more spots I can try, and hopefully we'll at least hook into something and give it a shot. A lot of these holes usually were when the water's up a little higher. Now these holes are shallowed right up, so a lot of these fish are probably on the move, trying to find a little bit deeper water, cooler water. Smallmouth bass don't like cold water, but they don't like it real hot either. At least here, I mean, this is a northern state, so I mean, if you get down south, largemouth, things like that are a little different. Here in the North Country, don't like hot water. Alright, so I'm gonna move down just a little bit. Okay, so first fish of the day, not what I was looking for. I mean, seriously? Look! The guy was out of his mind, but not what I'm looking for, but at least there's a fish in there. Been here for like 2 hours, I haven't caught anything. But, it's a start, and there's a lot bigger ones than that, so there we go.
Open bus.
There's a lot of different grooves in the rocks. When you're fighting these fish, sometimes they get you down in the rocks. But when I come here, catch some smallmouth. These are the smallmouth that I come to catch. Which is kind of funny, because right after that last little one, that little dink, very next cast, I hook up with this guy. So we got this one here. Again, I switched up Sanko colors to like black, chartreuse tip. And this guy come out and ate it right after that little one you've seen. And now we're gonna go for the least on this good guy. But my scale broke, but if I had to estimate, he's probably a good 2 or 3 pounds. Now we're gonna let him go.
And you wrecked my whole world when you came and hit me like a hurricane.
Like that. Boom. Oh. Now let's see if we can get another one. Camera wasn't rolling initially, but same spot I caught. Well, I'll put it this way. Landed the last one. I'm hooked up again, as you can tell. But off that same rock formation on the back side of this little waterfall type deal, I hooked up with another one. Another good one at that. These fish are ridiculously strong in this current. Oh, just do my Sanko, but I'll get them up here. And there we got another good one. Easy. Not real fat. Hey, wait, calm down. Calm down. Hey, now, hey, just calm your stuff. Yeah, that hurt. Yeah. Yeah. Cut me. And there's another good one. Not real fat. They're long. Another one probably close to 2 pounds, maybe a little more. I would give you an official weight, but my scale's broken. But it's a release on this guy. Got collateral damage from that fish. Watch the gill plates, they're a little sharp. But that's 2 fish, 2 good fish, and 1 really small one, which you get those sometimes. But I was starting to get a little worried. Come down here to make this video, and you can look down there and you can see from that train bridge down I fished. And it's been a struggle the whole time. And finally we got on 1 good hole, which sometimes is all you need. 1 good hole. And you can get a couple fish out of it. So that just goes in to show you that just because you're having a rough start, don't quit. Just keep pushing, keep fishing, and you might catch something. Alright, so we're going to see if we can't get maybe 1 or 2 more. We're running low on light, but let's keep going. Alright guys, so we're finishing up here. It's starting to get dark out. It's probably around 9 o'clock. Unfortunately, it looks like those 3 fish are the only 3 I'm going to be able to show you. But for a good comeback video after a year of being gone and not making anything, at least we got out, got some smallmouth for you. Got to enjoy the scenery out here in the creek. And just so you guys know, if you want a quick rundown of what I was using, I did throw a yellow and brown kind of a craw pattern crankbait on my bait caster earlier. I didn't catch anything today. I did throw a little, I believe that's a 1/2 ounce jig with a craw trailer on it. But the main producer, which I caught all my fish on today, was this little Senko. It's watermelon green, red flake. And the size, I think it's a size 6, size 5, little EWG hook. It's what I use for trout fishing actually, but for drop shots and wacky rigs works pretty well. Topped it off with just a little split shot, and throwing that on my main line, which is 12-pound test fluorocarbon, and which is made by Vanish. And then my my leader material, what runs off my main line, is 10-pound test spider wire. It's ultimate cast, I think. But then my bait caster, stupid thing. My bait caster, on the other hand, is just a Garcia Black Max 6.1 to 1 gear ratio. Walmart rod. Buy it at Walmart. Works for anything I've seen so far. This rod is just a Berkly rod, 7-foot, medium action, and I forget. I think Shakespeare made this reel. It's a 2000 size reel. It's a 5.5 to 1 gear ratio. Again, it's not real expensive setup, but that was the weapon of choice for today and the fishing we did. And as you can tell, still caught fish. So, at this point, it's time to go home. And until next time, remember, you stay fishing and you never quit. See you later.